Well, thanks. Well, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about advanced directives for healthcare.
Okay.
When I say advanced directives for healthcare, do you have a good understanding of what that means?
I think it means when you're at the end of the road.
When you're at the end of that, that's a pretty accurate decision. Advanced directives for healthcare are documents and discussions that people have so that your wishes for your medical decisions in healthcare can be honored if you're in a situation where you can't communicate your own wishes.
Okay, I understand.
So we have some documents in Idaho that work to help document and define what people might want at that point where, let's say you have a stroke and you can't communicate and your family is left trying to decide what you would want done. And we have some documents available that can help to define that. Have you ever filled out things like a living will that might help to express some of those wishes?
No, I've, shall I say, dabbled in that? Yes, I've seen it, yes.
Okay, and that's the case for a lot of people. They've filled those documents out, but it might have been a long time ago. They don't remember what they said.
Right.
It might be worthwhile revisiting those documents. And really more important than the documents themselves is having a conversation with your family about what your wishes are.
Right.
So that they'll know what you might want. They can make decisions on your behalf. And we're fortunate because right now with St. Luke's, we're working with St. Al's. It's like something we never do with St. Luke's and St. Al's working together to help improve the process
Good.
by which we have people have those conversations with their family about their advanced directives and what their wishes might be. So I can offer you a visit to chat with one of our staff members who's had some training on how to have these conversations and then how to complete the documents so that your wishes are honored. Scott at our front desk is doing a really great job. I actually, as part of this pilot, I sat down and filled out my own advanced directives with Scott. I had figured I didn't really need to fill out advanced directives, that my family knew what I would want, and I didn't really think anything was going to happen. But I found, sitting down with Scott, it was a really great process. I was surprised at how good the process was and how good the outcome was.
Well, I think you do presume the family knows, so why would I have to write it down?
Exactly.
But
we all do.
That in a crisis or an emergency, it's maybe flies away.
Well, it really does, and it helps your family, if something happens, it helps make a situation that's already bad a little bit less bad. It's a lot worse if your family's left wondering what you might want. And at least they can have the comfort that when they make decisions, it's honoring your wishes. So,
Right, good.
So I think it's a great process. I would encourage you to set up a visit with Scott. Bring your husband.
That'll be fine. The challenge.
The challenge.
We'll challenge Scott.
We'll challenge Scott. It's good to give him a little bit of extra work here. That's right. He's had a lot of easy conversations. Now I'll give him a hard one.
We'll give him a challenge.
Yeah. If you have other family members who might be involved in making those kinds of decisions, it's worthwhile having them come if you would like.
Okay.
But the visit with Scott is, I think you'll find it really valuable, and then you can complete the documents after having that talk with Scott and your family.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds good. Well, we'll step out and have you make a visit with Scott then. He'll schedule that, and you can find a time that works for the both of you. He's one of our front desk folks. He's fantastic. You'll have a great visit with him.
All right.
Yeah, great. Well, good. Well, do you have any other questions?
I don't think so. I think we're on the right track.
Fantastic. Good. Well, we'll plan on seeing you back in about 6 months then, and you'll have a visit with Scott before then, and he'll keep me updated on how those conversations go.
Good. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Good to see you today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, come on up here. Let me introduce you to Scott. Scott, this is Ms. Jessen.
Hello, Ms. Jessen.
We talked about the
Good to meet you.
advanced care planning process, and she's interested in setting up a meeting with you.
All right, we'll get that taken care of. Thank you, Dr. Johnson.
Hey, you're welcome. Thanks. You have a great meeting with Scott. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right.
Will do.
All right, Ms. Jessen. So we have a folder here that has some information about the advanced care planning that we do. And inside of it, it introduces what we'll be discussing, recommends that you bring a healthcare agent to our meeting, and it explains what a healthcare agent is, what they do. All that information is here. There's videos online that you can watch that talk about what we would be doing in our session. And it's important that you bring names, address, phone numbers, email addresses of individuals you would want to be your healthcare agents. The back page here talks about a scenario if there was a car accident or something like that, left you unable to make your own decisions, what you would want in that situation. So if you could just look this over on your own time, it'll help us to be prepared for our meeting. And so we just need to schedule that. We do it on Tuesday afternoons. Would you be okay coming in this Tuesday afternoon, you think?
That'll work.
Okay, we have 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock time slots. Would 2 be
Sounds
okay?
good.
Good.
So we'll put 2 o'clock next Tuesday.
I'll give you that to take with you.
My homework.
And you're all set. Yeah, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
I'll see you next Tuesday.
Thank you very much.